I don't know. Can you imagine a world run by a woman, by the woman, and what it will be like? Flower pots everywhere. you know, I don't know. All the offices painted pink. Everybody be insane from the color. The colors affect us. I think a pink office would not be a good thing. So, maybe one or two rooms, but the whole office, no, too bright. But I don't want to tell them what to do. I don't even want to give them ideas. I want them to come up with the ideas. I want them to create their world. We saw the man's world. Now we're going to see the woman's world. And I think it's going to be very different. And the things that are valued, the things that are considered important are going to be very different. Schools are going to be very different. Women don't care about the bottom line. Men do. That's why most of your men are accountants and lawyers. But women care about feelings and how everybody else feels and how the emotional part of side of life. And that's a braver side of life, to feel about feelings. And I've cried many a times when you see me cry, but I'm brave. When I'm not afraid to admit it. And the people that can't cry, they're cowards, beyond cowards. When a woman cries in front of you, she's being very brave. You don't think so. You think she's being very weak. And that's because you're a coward, and that's how you look at it. And that's why you don't cry, because you see it as a weakness. And you don't want everybody else around you to see or think of you as being weak because you're crying. But a woman will cry openly and get mocked for it instead of praised for it. And basically what they do when they find a woman crying is they do what they can to shut her up. And that's not the way you go. Try to understand why she's crying. That's one way. And not in the vein of shutting her up, but in the vein of understanding what's going on and how she sees the world. And, if several girls are crying at the same time, you might have a problem on your hands, So, men don't cry, they shoot guns, stuff like that. They blow up bombs, And you look at all your terrorists and stuff, very small percentage of them are women. They do that kind of stuff. And they got the brains to build a bomb. They got the brains to be a suicide bomber. They just don't do it. It's not in their nature. And I think somebody that doesn't have that kind of stuff in their nature is the perfect ones to be running the world. And, I don't want to see anybody else run. And that's why men just were turned into monkeys. And that's all you want now is just a bunch of monkeys. If you don't watch yourself, you're going to be put in a zoo. And, the devil's working on my nose. Look at it. So, I'm not trying to threaten you. I'm just trying to tell you where it's at. I'm giving you the score. The score of the game is I'm winning, you're losing. You lost. And there's no way for you to win at this point. The women ain't going back to being slaves. And the black people aren't going back to being slaves either. So, you get yourself a problem right now. And it ain't me.